this series mean to you, being Supergirl in this?
Smallville, Superville. That's the way to connect the two.
There you go.
It was fantastic, and I did season 7, and that was really Supergirl season, and then some in 8, some in 9, and finally 2 and 10. It was a lot of fun. It got me into the sci-fi world. It brought me to Comic-Con, and I'm sad to see it go. But we moved on to V, and I'm doing some other stuff since. So it's good.
So you really are into the whole sci-fi thing.
It just seems to be happening that way. It's not planned. V was actually a guest star, and I was brought in just to do a couple days, and it turned into the show, which is fantastic. But I've been more so doing comedy lately, which is a bit of a nice change, being able to ad-lib.
Tom Welling said he would be up for a Smallville movie. Are you up for that?
Yes, of course. I feel like we needed more of a goodbye for Supergirl. She just sort of flew off and didn't say goodbye to Tom. So it'd be nice to have a little family reunion, literally, with Tom with Clark and Kara and the rest of the show, and Lois being there and them being married. It'd be a lot of fun.
Do you think that it ended in a good place?
For Supergirl, I do wish that we had more of a goodbye scene, Clark and her. I think the show itself ended in a good place. The actors were doing amazing work, and the storylines came together at the end. But I know it was tough on everyone to say goodbye.
And what's next for you?
I just finished a movie in Boston called Ted with Mila Kunis and Mark Wahlberg, and Seth MacFarlane directed it, who does The Family Guy. And it was his first directing job, and it's going to be a fantastic movie. It's really funny. It's kind of that potty humor guys movie. It was fantastic. So I did that, and I'll be in This Means War coming out this year with Reese Witherspoon and Chris Pine and Tom Hardy. And a movie called The Entitled with Ray Liotta, an independent movie that I did, will be out this year. Yeah.
You're going to be very busy.
Yeah, busy's good. Stops me from thinking too much about everything else. So, yeah.
One last question.
Yes.
If the Justice League movie does happen and DC approaches you, would you be willing to play Supergirl again in a movie franchise?
As opposed to it being a Smallville movie? Yeah, I would. I mean, Helen Slater played Supergirl before me, but I feel like Kara is close to my heart, and I'd really... I'll always want to play her. She's the character that I loved to play, so yeah.
Supergirl vulnerable?
She is. She has her moments of vulnerability, but as she got older in the show and she matured and she learned about the world around her, she was less naive and vulnerable, and she was a stronger woman. But when you first meet her, I mean, she is Supergirl, not woman. She's still figuring everything out and making mistakes. But like every woman, she has her vulnerabilities. Sometimes it's kryptonite, sometimes it's men. It's the same problem